A devotion for the Saturday after Ash Wednesday, based in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 4, verses 1 through 13. Jesus returned from the Jordan, filled with the Spirit. The Spirit took him off into the wilderness for 40 days to be tested by the devil. He ate nothing during that time, and at the end of it he was hungry. "If you are God's son," said the devil, "tell this stone to become a loaf of bread." "It is written," replied Jesus, "it takes more than bread to keep you alive." The devil then took him up and showed him in an instant all the kingdoms of the world. "I will give you authority over all of this," said the devil, "and all the prestige that goes with it. It's been given to me, you see, and I give it to anyone I like. So it can all be yours if you just worship me." "It is written," replied Jesus, "the Lord your God is the one you must worship. He is the only one you must serve." Then the devil took him to Jerusalem and stood him on a pinnacle of the temple. "If you are God's son," he said, "throw yourself down from here. It's written that he will give his angels a command about you to look after you, and they will carry you in their hands so that you won't hit your foot against a stone." "It has been said," replied Jesus, "you mustn't put your God to the test." When the devil had finished each temptation, he left him until another opportunity. I saw an advertisement the other day for a particular car. The makers were very proud of the fact that this car had been put through all kinds of tests to see what would happen to it under the most extreme conditions. The car had come through with flying colors. That's what you do with a car, but we don't often think about it happening to you and me. And yet, that's what this passage is about. It's about Jesus going through the test and coming through with flying colors. And since it's a test we have all failed, it's worth pondering prayerfully what Jesus was actually achieving and how it can help us this Lent and throughout our lives. What was it like being Jesus? That's a huge and difficult question, but Luke wants us at least to try imagining the scene as though it was happening to ourselves. First, he was very hungry, but he had learned self-control over his own body. Second, he knew, because he'd just been told at his baptism, that he was indeed the one whom God was calling to be Messiah, King of Israel in the world. But there was a right way and a wrong way of becoming what God wanted him to be. Third, he knew he had to bring God's people on side with what he was called to do. But again, there would be a right and a wrong way of doing that. To say this can't have been easy is a huge understatement. There is a sense in this story of a deep wrestling, a heart-searching, a personal struggle with the powerful pull of bodily appetites, ambition, and prestige. Most of us know only a little of that struggle because we tend to give up and give in early on in the process. Jesus went all the way through the tests and still didn't break. That is part of the point for us now. This is the start of Jesus' own story, pointing already to the cross where he will hang in humiliation, powerless, his body tortured to destruction. But Luke encourages us to hear its echoes in our own story. Today, stand there beside Jesus as he faces those tests. What tests are you facing right now? How are the whispering voices trying to lure you off course into doing the right thing in the wrong way or the wrong thing altogether? Where will you look in Scripture to find help and strength? A prayer. Lord, give me the strength not to give up, to reach for your word, to remember what you are calling me to be and do, and with your help, to persevere through whatever tests may come.